Good morning all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, April 15th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So the buzzword for today should be Major League Chop if we open inside of balance and value. Now we still have about 90 minutes to go prior to the opening, so things can change. But remember, yesterday there was nothing really to lean on. Okay? Both sides had their shot, gap higher, trend day down, grind up only for M to wipe out all those longs. And now we're trading near value low in ES and in NQ, both below half back. So again, if we open up inside of yesterday's range, you are going to need a lot of patience and let today's intraday MGI form. Okay? Again, the bulls, for my money's worth, yesterday attempted to get to the balance high, which I'm using as Wednesday's high from last week. Okay? Didn't happen. Again, one day doesn't make a market, but you'd like to see the bulls, if you're a bull in the bull camp, try to get that sooner rather than later. And the reason for that is if they eventually fail. Now again, if we take out yesterday's low, it's still balance. It would stop the one-time framing up for 5 days, but for me, it would still be balanced. And for anybody who would be calling it up, and that's fine, it would certainly be back to balance. But then where does the danger lie? The danger lies then if you start getting acceptance inside of these previous days, your ultimate destination could be the bottom of the balance. So it's imperative for the bulls not to let that happen if they plan on trying to put the weekly back to balance. So I don't have a problem if they take out, say, yesterday's low, but the big question is how we react below there. If it's crickets down there and we come right back into yesterday's range, I have no problem with that. You might just be shaking out some weak longs. But any acceptance below it, and things could start to change. Okay, right back to the other end of balance low. Again, a game plan this early would be silly. The bottom line is this. Inside of yesterday's range, unless you're going to attempt to trade to either front run the overnights or take a trade to go get either of the overnights, I would strongly suggest, other than that, letting MGI form. Okay? Righty in the same boat. Okay? Now, righty, as you can see, has done all their overnight above half back. Look at that. In fact, their overnight low is not far from half back. ES and NQ, however, have done a lot of it below half back, especially NQ. And then chart-wise, here's the daily. Again, for me, it's just one huge balance, even though we're one-time framing up for 5 days. Taking out Wednesday's high puts the weekly back to balance and the daily up. Be a big feather in the bull's cap. However, if we take out yesterday's low and start coming back into this previous 2 days range, the opposite end could be your destination. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.